Hello, I am Centimus Prime, and here I will be unboxing the Hot Wheels Transformers Collaborative uh, Bone Crusher. We got Bone Crusher, the Transformers, and Hot Wheels Collaborative figure. So, starting off, we will be taking a look at the packaging. So, down here we have a window. We have like this sort of like a clamshell like display of the figure inside in this vehicle mode, as well as like a set accessory like separately packaged. Like looks very nice. Like you have like a really good look at this vehicle mode from where it is in its like packaging. Down here we have the you do have the name of this character, the recommended age, as well as the company Hasbro label down here. Here's a look at the bottom. Not much to go on down here. And because it's one of those like card kind of packaging things up here, we can move on. Up here we have the Transformers logo, we have the Hot Wheels logo, and then we have the company logo Mattel up here. Then over here we have some really nice like box art for this character in this robot mode, as well as his vehicle mode, as well as like some pretty good like background like art too, which is nice. And then for the back, we have some render shots of the figure himself in both the robot and vehicle mode. Here's the number of steps it's going to take to transform this figure, name, and we also have this back here, which is basically just the 2025 collaborative, like, more to meets the eye thing up here. It's like a Hot Wheels and Transformers collaborative thing. So it's number 2 up here in this corner because this is the second Hot Wheels Transformers they've done. The first one being Twin Mill. Not much to talk about down here. It's basically just like warning labels and like different language like things. And then over down here we have the like how an estimate of like how tall the figure is going to be, which is like 5 inches and or 12.7 centimeters. And then yeah, like the Hot Wheels logo up there, and as well as like a little loop here to like have it hanging off a shelf. And so with that, I feel like it's a good time to get this thing open. So how we're going to do this is it is one of those ones that's slightly more difficult to have to deal with. Let's actually like have it down here. Get that open. That side's open. Make sure you always cut away. I'm trying to cut it open like this because I want to at least keep the package relatively the cardboard portion relatively unscathed. Let's put that back in. And let's see if we can get this figure open now. So we flip this up. go. Here are the instructions. And then here is the figure himself. Let's start by getting an accessory out. There's our accessory. Let's get this open. We have a couple of these little annoying little plastic things here. So let's go ahead and get those open. We'll move those off to the side so I can toss them later. Let's close this back up. And with that, we can go ahead and put this in, put it back like that. Instructions right there. And here we have Bone Crusher out of his packaging. That looks pretty cool. I like this. Like, right out of the box, I am very pleased with how good this feels in hand. You have like a weird thing over here with some of the kibble. You don't really have that on this side. Hold on. So it's just... Okay, it is holding in place, so that's nice. It's not too bad. Yeah, that's really cool. The paint is looking good. That looks nice. We also have this thing. I believe that's supposed to tap into there. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Is there like an alternate way of like placing this in? I don't know. I do know that's really nice. Rolls really good. Oh, pinwheels. Yeah, rolls really nicely. I like that. It also looks really good. There are like a couple of spots, like detail wise, that I feel like could have been done better, but aside from that, it's just really nice. Here's a look at it from the bottom. See how it folds up. Also got like some nice detailed stuff down there too. That is really cool. I like that. So let's actually try to transform to see how, see if I can get this done right out of the box. So we can first try to flip these down, flip those down, see if we can do anything over here. Is there Is there a way I can get like this untapped? Okay, that untaps, and this flips out. We untap that. Let's see. If I have to, I'll resort to the instructions. But I want to see if I can get this done without. Alright, so that hinges that way. And I believe those hinge out that way. They will be flipped down like that. These panels get tapped in like so. And then these hinge downward and be plugged in like so. And then that's pretty much it for that. So let's see how the arms fare. So we can, from there, flip the arms out. Can we flip this down? I don't know. So can we... Oop. Accidentally put that into flipping that down too far. So, oh, this unhinges, and this unhinges this. Okay, so these can unhinge this way. We can then flip these up, and then hinge this whole thing down and plug it into place. And then from there we can unfold the arms, flip out the hands, flip the fold the shoulders in, and then have the shoulders go down enough so that we can rotate these kibbly bits back this way. Then turn the head around and then plug the chest in. And there we have Bone Shaker in his robot mode. Look at that. That actually looks really cool. Here's a look at him from the back. Admittedly, he does have a little bit of kibble pointed out back that way, but it's not too bad. That's nice. Does have his accessory. At the very least, his accessory plugs in good. Nice. Okay. So with that, let's actually... You get a lot of good detail here. Very nice. Very nice. I like that. Also, the highlights of orange definitely adds that definitely adds a good bit of pop to it. Pop to his design. Really cool. Really cool. So let's check tolerance. The head is... Ooh, he can look up a really good ways. That's nice to see. Look up a significant amount. I like that. The ball joint of the head is tight, but it is not too. It doesn't spring in. It doesn't spring forward at all. It doesn't spring. Doesn't like spring in place at all. So that's nice. The shoulder pads. The hinges on them work nicely. So these skibbly bits, they can at least hold in place, which is nice, but they are a little bit looser than I would personally like, but it works. But it works well enough. The shoulders, on this shoulder, alright, this shoulder, both this and this, feel good. The universal joint feels good on this shoulder, though it does still feel alright, it is a little bit looser when compared to this one right here in both axes. The bicep rotation is great on both of them. The elbow joints, it feels good on this one. This one is a little bit on the tight side, but it's completely fine. They both hinge inward this way, which is alright. So the waist joint here is good. The outward hip movement is slightly looser than I would like, but the forward and back movement's good. That thigh rotation is a bit tight. This one feels good. It's a little bit tight, but it's good. This one is significantly tight, in my opinion. Ooh. The knees are the knee articulation is really good. Good tolerances on the knees. Then ankle tilts are fine. Yeah, like an ankle hinge here, ankle pivot here, which is fine. The legs are just kind of, strange to mess with, I guess. So yeah, tolerances for this figure overall are decent, are pretty good. It is like slightly tighter in a couple of spaces than I would like, but it's fine overall. It is perfectly fine, perfectly adequate. And yeah, I didn't need the instructions at all. It is really good, really good. So with that, there's my unboxing experience with this figure. I thought it was really nice. Thought first impressions on this figure, really good. Got a lot of the joints on them aren't too bad. Joints on them are at least reasonably good. And we also got a nice amount of detail. Like, it didn't get any paint blemishes. Doesn't seem to be any paint blemishes or anything like that. Overall, my first impressions for this character is really nice. I do enjoy this. I like this a lot. But with that, I think that'll be it for this unboxing. Like my first impressions with this. If you enjoyed this video, consider to like and subscribe, and maybe even comment if you want. And of course, I will be posting again sooner or later.